Hello everyone, my name is Al and welcome back to the second episode of my Minecraft Let's Play. If you missed the first episode, check it out on the channel. But yeah, in the last episode we kind of set up our basic home here, our little starter hidey hole. In this little area we've got a little bit of food, but nothing too major yet. So, hello. In this episode we need to start thinking about a couple of things. So at this stage I don't have any renewable source of food. I've got a little bit of mutton, a little bit of beef, and one of the main things you always need is a source of food, because when you don't have food and you take damage, it becomes quite difficult to regenerate your health. So one of the main things we need to first of all do is get a steady supply of food, so we can probably set up our first food farms, maybe get some animals together in a pen, and then we can look at upgrading our gear a little bit, maybe going down into the kind of mine that's underneath here, the caves, and see what we can find there. Alright, I think it's night, it is, but there's monsters. Let's see if we can sleep. A couple of zombies nearby, so let's maybe see if we can find where these little guys are. There. Hi, how are you? Can I bonk you on the head from here? Not quite. Let's take a step down. Oh, hi. How are you? Welcome. Come closer so I can meet you. Hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Monster Hunter, first and last. Oh, another one. Hello. Come get bonked on the head too. Ooh, no. There are way too many people down there. That could mean either that it's just really dark down there, or maybe there is a dungeon or something. So as soon as we've got a little bit better gear, we'll go have a look down there and see what we can find. I'm just going to block it up for now. There's still monsters nearby. Are they? Let's have a look. I could go down and just kind of light it up a little bit, and see what it is that's stopping me from kind of... Ooh, hello. You are not someone that I want to be messing around with. So this is kind of the only problem of having my home in the hidey hole. There are so many monsters. Alternatively, I'm just going to take my bed outside. Let's see, maybe there's a better place to sleep outside. There we go. Alright. So that may have taken a bit longer than I wanted to, but it's okay. So that kind of cave at the bottom is going to be causing me a little bit of problems in my hidey hole. So yeah, before I go venturing too far, I definitely need some food, and a constant supply. Like, these berries are great. Sorry, if you want to get the berry, you have to right click on them. They're going to be great, but the saturation of berries, as you can see, is really low. It only restores one of the little kind of meaty little things, so you need something better than that to restore your health. For the basic farm, I'm not going to do anything too major. I'm just kind of... Hi, how are you? Let's try not to get hit by you again. A nice technique for creepers is to sprint at them, smack them, and then run away. And then they won't explode. That way you won't have kind of craters in your land as I did there. Yeah, so I'm not going to set up a too beautiful looking farm yet. I'm just going to set up something, maybe even just here on the edge of this kind of lake, just so we've got some supply of wheat going around. Maybe I'll even take this away, and then we can set it up there. Oh, another creeper. Hi, how are you doing? Please go away. No one likes you. Not even your mom. Why do you not want to die? There we go. Alright, so we'll use this kind of area as a... just like a kind of makeshift farm. Now the way you want to start your first farm is you want to find this grass. And what you'll notice is that these wheat seeds drop from grass. So you just find a nice area with a lot of these little grass and you just kind of start punching away at them. And every now and then, as you saw there, some wheat drops. And that's going to be great because that's what you use to get wheat. So you plant that and then you've got a constant supply of wheat. So I'm just going to try and smack around a bit, see if I can find sorry, cow abuse. Please don't report me to the authorities. Yeah, so let's go up until we've got maybe 10, maybe a little bit more in that regard. Alright, got one more. And then we can go from there. Okay, we're sitting on 10. I'm going to go to that very grassy area over there and just kind of go ham. So this one I'm just going to mow the lawn. Sorry cow, I'll move you too. I already hit one of the friends. And as you can see, this is a really easy way to get a hold of the seeds. Now the only problem with wheat is that it takes a little bit of time to grow, not longer than all the others, but you make bread out of it, but bread is not the greatest source of food. You probably actually want something more on the lines of meat, so if you're vegan, sorry. But yeah, so now we've got our wheat, or at least wheat seeds. We've got enough to go around, but now we need to plant them in the ground. And the way you do that is by going to a crafting table, and you need to craft yourself a hoe, as terrible as that sounds. So you make yourself a stone hoe. It's 2 sticks and 2 cobblestone. You can make them out of any materials, but you don't really need anything better than stone. There we go. Grab ourselves our hoe, and now we go back to where we are going to be planting them. I'll take a nice swim, and here we go. So with your hoe in your hand, all that you do is you literally right click on it, and you've got some nice cultivated land ready to be planted. Now the thing with the cultivated land is it needs to be close to water. So you can see these parts here are already going darker. That means that they've got some, they've got some water supply going to them, which allows the plants to grow. If you're just gonna make farmland in the middle of nowhere, away from water, it will still grow, but at a really slow pace. So always make sure you've got water around it. And actually all you need is 1 block of water. So say for instance I take this block and I put some water in there. You can actually plant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up until 8 blocks away from where the water is. So that's good to know when you start making your own farms and stuff like that. Alright. So now I've got some of the wheat going, which is great. And what we have here in this world is quite a lot of cows. There's a couple of sheep on that side, which is also going to be really good. So I'm going to start making just like a couple of pens for them, just something really simple. We're just going to use fences. Eventually when I start getting a nice fully equipped base and things, I'll make some really nice holding pens for them. But for now we're just going to keep it really simple, and make some fences. So in order to do that, I need to take my wood back to the crafting table, and then we can make some fences. So you need planks for fences, and you also need sticks. So I'm just going to make a couple of sticks, and then you'll see the recipe for the fence opens up there. So I can make quite a few fences, 15, that should be enough. And then another one that you're going to want is the fence gate. So it's the same recipe except reversed. So I've got some fences, I've got some fence gates. Now I can go build. We're just going to find a nice little flat area. This, by the way, is a fantastic source of food. These fish. So if you've got a nice piece of water like this, I mean these have spawned, there's a huge amount here. You can actually just jump in the water, smack them with your sword, and you got a nice supply of fish. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave this part open because that's where I'm going to want to be building. And all that I'm going to do, apparently I'm going to build it there, is just build a nice little square little paddock. And as soon as we've got some wheat, and apparently we need more wood, yeah, then we're going to have more than enough space for those cows to roam around. And yeah. Alright, chopping some more trees. Again, we want to get right to the tops so that those leaves can kind of degen over time. If you start seeing it's getting darker, just always have a look, see if you can find the sun. Okay, so I see the sun. It is busy setting, so I've got to be aware of that. Oh, hello. Welcome. You hit really hard. Oof. Got to quite a lot of my health. I really need to get some armor. So, you might be wondering why I'm jumping and hitting. If you hit a mob while you're busy falling, so on the way down after a jump, you actually deal a critical strike. Critical strikes deal more damage, which means that you can hit them a little bit quicker, which is really good. 24 fences, that should be enough. The sun hasn't quite set, so let's go finish off. And then, I don't think I'm going to wait for that. I'm actually going to jump in and grab some fish in the morning, so that we can start exploring those caves underneath us. But at least we know we're kind of on our way to having some stable food supply. There we go. And this is all you need. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to light up the corners with some torches. Yeah. There we go. So you open this up, you'll lure the cows in here. They can't get over this because even though it looks like a fence is only one block, it's actually 1.5. That's why you can't jump on it. You know, your character can jump 1 block, as you can see here, but fences are a little bit high, so you can't get over it because it's 1.5 blocks. So if I had to show you by putting down a block, it looks the same size, but you see that when I move from the block up here, it steps it up just a half block. And again, that's because they're 1.5 meters, or 1.5 blocks, if I can say. Alright, let's go have a look at our little farm here, see what it's looking like. And you can see on this side, there are some of the little seeds that are already starting to grow. Now, you'll be able to see when they're fully grown because they turn, well, I mean, wheat turns a more yellow color. So any of the green ones, you really don't want to be touching it. One thing to note as well is when you've got farms like this, you shouldn't be jumping around on them, because if you jump around on them, it goes back to normal dirt. So you can actually destroy your farms that way. So just make sure that when you're around your farms, you're just walking. You can jump off of it, but you can't jump on it, because then it does that. So just make sure you're careful around your farms. Alright, let's grab some fishies on the way. Sorry, fish. It is starting to get night, so I need to be aware of that. Pick up some more of the sticks, some more of the saplings. There's a little bit of ink. Apparently, one of the squids sacrificed themselves. And then, abuse the fish. And these can be found in most kind of water areas. Fish are actually a relatively decent source of food, and you know, before the update that had fish in it, you'd have to catch it with a fishing rod, which was again still a good source of food, but it just took a lot longer. So now you just go in, you chop them up with your sword, and just like that, you're gonna have a decent supply of food. Just when you're doing this, keep an eye on the bubbles, which is your breath. You don't want to be running out of breath and dying because you're trying to get fish. Okay, that leaves us with 12. That should be enough for now. Back into my hidey hole, And let's get some of this fish cooked up. Use both pieces of coal for that. I have enough of the other things. Let's put away some of the rubbish that I don't need. I'll keep the sticks in case I've got torches. I have this, but I don't think I'll be able to cook it quite yet. Maybe I can put some of my wood tools in the furnace for it. I thought that was a shield zone for a second. Alright, so we're equipped in that case. Let's see if it's safe for me to sleep outside, yeah? There we go. Just so we can turn it to daylight again. And now we're just waiting for our fish to cook. So as we go down, the main thing at this stage we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for iron. Iron will just allow us to get better equipment, better pickaxe, better tools, and a little bit of armor. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave the hoe here, and I'm going to take the crafting table with me, and I'll take the furnace as well, so that if I find anything, I can actually just mine it right there where I am. Come on, little fishies. While that's busy, let's just quickly have a look at the farm. I think I'm going to take some of these. Thank you. Just as an emergency source of food. So, as you can see, we're kind of already getting into it and getting a steady supply of various types of food. As I progress in the game, I'm obviously going to be using things like the berries a lot less. I'm going to be using meats and maybe potatoes, cooked potatoes and things like that. Alright, the farm, let's have a look. Some very intense Minecraft music playing in the background. This is still going to be a while, so I'm not going to wait for that. Let's get down into those caves. And you don't necessarily have to go looking too hard for a cave. If you see a hole and you can go in that hole, you go spelunking right there. Let's throw these two in quickly. Just put the sword in there in case. Now there are a couple of other ways, and I'm going to show you strip mining and branch mining and things like that at another point. But just for the first couple of days of trying to get your basic resources, you're fine with just spelunking in caves that you find throughout the world. I mean, the game's name is Minecraft, so you will be spending a lot of time in the mines underground. Okay. So let's have a look at the inventory. I've got more than enough sources of food. I might actually need to go grab myself a little bit of wood before I go down. Let's throw that away. We keep the furnace on us. The reason why you want more wood is just so that you can be making torches and those types of things while you are underground. Some of these leaves. To the actual tree. I can't remember hearing this music in a long time. It seems a lot more intense than the things that I'm busy doing. Alrighty. We're ready. We're good to go. Let's go play underground. Alright, so I'm just going to make maybe 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to make actually a couple of ladders. There we go. And then we can use the ladders to get down. And let's hope nothing is around us. There are a couple. Hi, how are you doing? Please don't kill me. Please. That is not ideal. Okay, so it does wrap around here. There's a skeleton. So there are plenty of mobs on there. Please don't. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. The skeletons to me are some of the worst mobs because they can really hit hard. When you're in a moment of real trouble, you just build yourself up like that. Oh. That guy just killed me through a corner. What the heck was that? He just killed me through a corner. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, so that tip is really useless. I think they may have changed it somewhere along the line. Usually building yourself up quite nicely was a good way to stop yourself from being damaged, but apparently not. Alright, so here we go. Episode 2, also slightly chaotic. But oh well, once again, this is an unedited run. So yeah, you can see all my failings. Now I kind of feel like it's the YouTube jitters. I never die this much. This is... and that might seem like a convenient excuse. And it probably is. But yeah. That's what happens when you get yourself in a bad situation. Hello dog, maybe I should take a dog with me. That is a wolf. You can actually tame them. So let's see if we can get that done. And then he can go with us. Okay. Back at the hidey hole, which is not as safe as it should be. I've got only one bone, that won't be enough. So let me just take my wooden axe and my wooden sword, just in case. Let's go see if I can find my things. There are so many things there. Okay, I got my stuff. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. I am rather low. And I see some iron, so that's good. But I just actually really want to get up back into my home now. Where was this blown up? Where on earth did I just arrive at? Heh. Well, look at that. So my home should be on this side, and that was kind of just blasted a hole in there. Oh, stuck in a berry bush. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Alright, let's get that in the right hand. There. That. Shuffle that around. There's my axe. I've still got the crafting table. I've got the fish. Some more lamb. There's more bones. Alright, so, thank you. Let's get my health back up. And then I want to have the cobblestone in my other hand. So I'm just going to build myself a little bit of a stairway out here. So we can hopefully try to stay safe. This was not meant to be placed here. Right. I'm going to grab these 2 bits of iron. Just very quickly. And before I do something silly again, I'm actually going to block up this hole. And now to light it up. Lighting up caves means that the aggressive mobs will not be able to spawn in there. Ah, I saw you, Mr. Skeleton. Yep, I did see you. I think you can surprise me, but you can't. Come around. Come on. Eat quickly. Hello. Thank you. Hello. Thank you again. And there we go. Alright. I think we're almost okay now. So let's have a little bit more fishy. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put down my furnace again over here. Put in some iron. Put in a coal. So we can start to get some decent supply of things from the iron. Okay, so this orange kind of thing, that is the iron. And I eventually want to get enough to make some armor, but for this stage, I'm kind of just going to make a shield. I feel like someone's sneaking up on me. No, it's just you. Oh no, there it is. Hello, how are you? Hi. Have some more. There we go. Stone tools are really, really bad. Grab some of this coal as well. Oh, here's more. Hello, off you go. Off you go. Off you go. Nobody likes you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Off you go. Off you go. That's one way. Okay. Those green things, if you don't know, they are the iconic creepers. Really scary, really dangerous. Your armor will protect you, if you've got armor, from the explosions, but I don't have any of that yet, so... But now what we can do is we can build a shield. So with one piece of iron, you can build a shield, which you can put in your offhand. That will give me a lot more defense. I will be a lot safer with the shield, and I'll be able to take on those monsters a lot better. So yeah, let's grab, well, that one's not going to be useful, let's grab that away. What I am going to do is with the leftover iron, I'm just going to make a sword, because that stone sword is not doing the job. And a pickaxe. I assume it's nighttime because that guy just went invisible. And now we can start to explore. So one of the really basic tricks that I try to keep is as I go down, I put the torches on the right, so that, you know, I can always find my way out, because that's one of the worst parts, is when you're caving and you get stuck and you can't find your way around. So I always put it on the right, so that I know when I need to go back, some more iron, I just follow the torches and make sure that they are on my left. Okay, so this seems to be a nice dead end. So as you see now, I travel and all the torches are going to be on my left. So just a nice little tip. Maybe it works for you, just so that you can kind of navigate the very scary underground. I can see my recording length is getting a little bit long, so I'm going to grab some of this. We're going to light up those caves around us, and then we'll call that the end of the first episode, or the second episode, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to keep this part. That is a good part for us to explore in a future episode, but at the moment all that I really want is to light this up a little bit, which will stop so many mobs from spawning, which will allow us to have a little bit of a safer area to sleep. Again, we're just going to block these up. If I can find some more iron on the way down, there you go, then I will be happy. Alright, so here's some more iron. We need enough to make ourselves a full set of iron armor, and the minute you have armor, the game becomes a lot easier. Alright. Whew. Very exciting second episode. Lighting up some more. Hello. There's a creeper down there. How are you doing? Are you well? And a skeleton. So you see now what I can do with the shield is I can just look at them and block all the damage. Which, I mean, that is a great thing. That means those skeletons are not going to be nearly as scary. You can actually block all of the creeper's explosion, which is great. All of the damage from the explosion, rather. Alright, so there is our bed. Let's go kind of fix this hole up a little bit. And then I'm going to just put that over there, quite like that. And then put down, where's my crafting table? Did I not pick up my crafting table? No, I'm just lying, there it is. And then I'm going to put the crafting table down so that I can make a couple more sticks, make a few ladders, some more sticks. Let's see, that should be enough. And this is going to be our way into some easy caves in the future. For now, I think we've had enough of caves for a little bit. Let's put down a trapdoor. So I'm going to place back all my stuffs here. Place that back down, place that back down. Put in some coal, put in the iron. Use some wood. It's dark again. I'm going to make a trapdoor just to close that up so that nothing can bother us if something happens to move along that area. Oh, I'm going to get poked by those things all the time. Chopping a tree down with a fish. Seems like a good idea. Let's do it. It always gets stuck on that little edge. Hello skeleton. I do not want to mess around with you at the moment. So let's go here. There we go. That's still cooking. Let's make some wood. Make a little bit more. And then you can see I can make a trapdoor. Now that's awesome because then I can go like this and they won't bother me. What's really great about that is from the one zombie we actually got a carrot. Now carrots are really nice because that's another food source, and it's also what you use to breed pigs. And we'll talk a little bit more about breeding in the next episode. Let's see what we can do in terms of armor. We can make some boots, we can make a helmet. Is this going to be enough? It's just not going to be enough. That's alright. Nothing else over here. No, I used it to make the tools. That's okay. Alright, and there we've got our last piece of iron. Perfect. Let's see what we can make. We can make some pants. It's not ideal, but it'll do for now. So we're going to need to go down again and get some more iron, but I think I might just do that a little bit off camera. We'll see how it goes. So at this stage, I look a little bit ridiculous, but I am now a little bit better protected. So if you have a look just above the hearts, you'll see there's these kind of little shirt looking things. That is the armor, which means that that is the amount of protection that I've got. So before I had nothing, now I've got almost halfway up, which is great. As soon as I get the chest plate, it'll be a lot better for me. Alrighty, so what did we do in this one? We've got our farms going, which let's have a look how they are. Always remember to close doors. Things will come and go into your house if your door is open, you know, potentially a creeper or something. And then you're going to walk in and get kaboomed. Alright, so you see this wheat here, that's what it needs to look like. Now when I punch it, I will get a piece of wheat and the wheat seeds, which I can then use to replant, and now I have some wheat. What I'm actually going to do is, before I go, lure some of these cows into the pen. We can't breed them yet, but at least we can make sure that they are safely inside of our pen. So you literally just use the grass, the wheat, put it in your hand, and they will follow you. Don't right click on them. If you right click on them, you will be feeding them, which will invite them to do something that I'm not allowed to talk about on camera. Of course. Guys, can we go through one at a time? Sometimes they get really stupid when it gets to the fence gates and everyone wants to come in at the same time. Sometimes you gotta try kind of bump them around. Okay, one at a time, one at a time. Or all three of it at the same time. Let's put the wheat in my offhand, then I can use this. Hello. Come on. Come on. Quick fix to that is just actually to put in 2 fence gates, or as I did there. Okay. They are now in the pen, they are happy, and they're fine like that. Close the door. Now we've got some cows. Alright, let's go back to our hidey hole, and then we can end off this episode. Alright, so that was a relatively chaotic episode, but I think overall quite successful. We've got ourselves a little bit of armor, we've got ourselves a little bit better tools between the pickaxe and the iron sword. We have a steady supply of food now. We've got carrots which we can plant in the next episode. We got our first wheat, and we are feeling pretty good about ourselves. So yeah, if you like this episode, please feel free to like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it, and I hope it's kind of helpful. So if you have anything you want to say, please feel free to drop it in the comments below, and I will get back to your comments. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.